All right, big breaking news coming in this hour, and the latest on the controversy surrounding sociologist Ashis Nandy. Remember, he had made some of those controversial remarks at the Jaipur Literature Festival, which had drawn the ire from various groups, including political parties. What we're learning now is that the Jaipur police has now summoned Ashis Nandy and will be questioning him. The police, remember, had registered an FIR against the SC and ST Act. Let's get in more details from CNN and Swati Vashisht joining us this hour from Jaipur. Swati, just give us more details of these summons that have been issued. By when does he need to present himself? Is there a deadline?
Well, the police have summoned Ashis Nandy. There isn't a deadline, but he has been asked to come as soon as possible and address some of those queries that the police have for him. Yesterday, the police had also spoken to the complainants. And today, at some point, yesterday the police had also asked the organizers not to leave Jaipur until they're given permission to. And yesterday there was likelihood of questioning with the organizers happening, but that didn't happen because the police wanted the festival to get over. And today, at some point, that's also likely to happen, that the organizer, Sanjoy Roy, is likely to be questioned by the police.
All right, of course, we've heard Ashis Nandy and his clarification saying he was just making an academic argument about how corruption is an equalizing force. Now, the Rajasthan Police has already filed an FIR against him under Section 31 of the SC/ST Act, which was non-bailable and invites a 10-year jail term. Just to clarify, this is just a summon for questioning. This is not an arrest.
But at the moment, this is indeed a summon for questioning. But like you said, the case registered against Ashis Nandy, as well as the organizer here, are under stringent sections of the SC/ST Act, which are non-bailable. And so there's a possibility of the arrest because the police already have the recordings of that session, as well as this clarification. And what we are picking up from our sources in the government is that both Ashis Nandy as well as the organizers are in trouble on this one.
Right, certainly. So, Swati, just take us through for a clarification on under the section in which he has been, he finds himself in that FIR.
Could you come again? I didn't get the question.
Swati, I was just asking you for clarification's sake, just to understand the gravity of the charges against him. Could you take us through the charges under the SC/ST Act which have been registered against him?
Well, there are charges under the SC/ST Act. There are charges for exhorting hate. There are charges for criminal intimidation that have been slapped against him for his comment on Dalits and corruption. He did after that subsequently explain that the context in which he was saying that. He also said that he has been a supporter of the cause of Dalits and the OBCs and backward classes all along, and he has a body of work to show that. But that clearly did not cut much ice among the people who were protesting, and the cases have been registered against him. And like we are seeing, the police are proceeding with the investigation.
All right. What about Sanjay K. Roy? He's one of the festival directors. Is he being questioned as well?
Yeah, which is what I was saying, that yesterday there was a likelihood of Sanjoy being questioned, but because the festival was on till late evening, the police deferred the questioning, and today, at some point, that's likely to happen. Sanjoy is likely to be questioned by the Rajasthan Police in this case as well. At the moment, there are same charges. Depending on what the police find out through the questioning, there's also a likelihood of a separate case being made out against him, that of violating permissions taken for a license event.
All right. It seems that controversy refuses to leave the Jaipur Literature Festival. Swati, just hold on for a moment. Let's just recap and put into context what we're talking about this morning. The big news coming in from Rajasthan. It's a fallout of those comments which Ashis Nandy, the sociologist, had made, and the Jaipur police now coming into action. They had already registered a case under relevant sections of the SC and ST Act against Ashis Nandy. They have now summoned him. What they're seeking now, just to break it down, are clarifications from him as to why he made those comments. What kind of a justification does he have? Remember, he may have justified his comments and put it into context in a personal capacity, but he now needs to do that in front of the police because it is a legal case now.
Nandy is saying he was misunderstood, but the BSP chief Mayawati has already asked the Rajasthan government to take strong action against him. There have been protests by SC, ST and other backward groups in Rajasthan as well. We are waiting to see what comes of that questioning. Ashis Nandy has now been summoned by the Rajasthan police. He will be questioned further. He, of course, has clarified that he was misunderstood.